Hey, what's up YouTube? Today I'm going to be discussing which characters should die and not die in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4. So I'm going to be going over like the main characters, for this video. So, yeah, so obviously here I got, if they should die in part 1, or part 2. I know it's called Avengers 4 now, but it's just part 2 for, like, I'm just gonna have it there. And then should it die, or if it doesn't matter. So those are the 4 categories that I will put with, the characters, if they should die in part 1, part 2, or Avengers 4, and, or if they shouldn't die, or if it doesn't matter. So first of all, pretty much, like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and all the other new characters that are going to be introduced and that we've recently got introduced to, I think they shouldn't die, and that's because, they just got introduced, and I think you gotta, use them for more films, because obviously, I think they with the Infinity Wars, once, almost everyone's done, they should have, a new cast of Avengers, which would be, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and all the new characters, and those would be, our new Avengers, so I don't think they should die, and, yeah, just because, they just got introduced, so you gotta use them. And with the Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't think they should die in the Avengers films. I think they should, if they're gonna die, I think they should die in, the Guardians of the Galaxy films. So yeah. And, we, got, Falcon here. Falcon, I'm saying he shouldn't die. And that's, mainly because he's pretty recent. Winter Soldier, yeah, it was a little bit ago, but, he's still recent. I think he can end up dying a little bit after Infinity War. So, I'm gonna say he shouldn't die in the Avengers films. So, yeah. And, yeah. Next up we got a War Machine, who I think he should die in part 1. War Machine should have died in Civil War. I was so disappointed when they didn't kill him in Civil War. He just needs to die. It was just such a wasted opportunity, so please just kill him off in part 1. He's just War Machine, he's always, been there, he just doesn't need to be here anymore. I don't think they need to use War Machine anymore, just kill him off in part 1, please. Next up we got Hawkeye, kill him off in part 1, too. Hawkeye is such a useless character. He's never been, good. And he came out of retirement in Civil War, so I think they should just kill him off in part 1. He was, in retirement anyway, at the end of Age of Ultron. So, yeah, just please kill him off in part 1. I hate Hawkeye. He's just a horrible Avenger, in my opinion, and I don't think they need him at all. So, yeah. Next up, we got Bucky, who I think shouldn't die, because I think he should become Captain America. I'll get to Captain America in a bit, and I'll talk about Bucky then. But, I think Bucky shouldn't die, because I think he should become the new Captain America, and yeah, as I said, I'll talk more about that in a bit. But, yeah, Bucky was just recently introduced. Please don't, waste him or anything. He still can be there for a while. So, yeah. Next up, we got Ant-Man, who I say shouldn't die. Again, he's one of the newer characters, so he shouldn't really die. And, yeah. Next up, we got Vision. I don't care what they do with Vision. Kill him off or something. I don't know, but I'm just gonna say it doesn't matter, because it really doesn't matter to me when they kill him off or where or whatever. I don't care. Just, Vision is such a crap character in my opinion. I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Scarlet Witch, again, doesn't matter. I just don't care, honestly. As far as the Hulk, I'd say part 2, because, obviously with part 1, they already kind of confirmed that, there was, a story arc, between, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers, Infinity War, and, Avengers 4, part 2, whatever. So, obviously he's gonna survive at the end of part 1. At least that's what I suspect. If they can kill him off in part 1, kill him off in part 1. But as far, I think they said that he was gonna stay, because he's gonna be in the, Avengers 4, so I say just kill him off in Avengers 4 or whatever, or part 2 as they say here. So yeah. Next up you got Thor, who I don't think should die, actually. It's kind of weird, because he's, the main event, one of the main Avengers, but I think they could use his character more. He was never really focused on that much. I think Thor is just one of those characters that we don't really need to have die. If he dies, sure, I don't care, sure. I'm just saying, I think they could maybe use him to be, I think he should be, the surviving one of the Avengers, just because I don't know. They haven't really focused him on him that much in the films. He hasn't been in it that much, and he's one of the main Avengers. I wouldn't mind if he didn't die. I mean, that's one of the things. Maybe he can like mentor like the new Avengers team or whatever. So yeah. And as far as Captain America, I say he dies in part 2. And now I want to talk about the Bucky thing. So it's because I think Cap should die in part 2, just because, I mean, he's been there forever and they've focused on him enough. So I think they should kill him off in part 2 rather than part 1. Because if they killed him off in part 1, there's still more to explore with Captain America. There's like the Bucky storyline. And I just think there's a lot more to explore. So I think they should just kill him off in part 2. As I said here. And so basically, when he gets killed off, Bucky becomes the new Captain America. That's what I meant. So Bucky would be the new Captain America, and of course you'd have Falcon still. But yeah, I like the idea of Bucky becoming the new Captain America. I think that would just work because, I mean, he's still called the Winter Soldier right now, but that was kind of his villain name. So I think it'd be better to just it's okay if you kind of scrap the Winter Soldier name and just turn him into Captain America. I'd be okay with that. So yeah. Now, next up, we got Iron Man. I say he dies in part 1. I know a lot of people might be like, oh, part 2. But I think he should die in part 1. That's because, I think it would be so interesting if the main Avengers character just got killed off in, like, the end of part 1. And then part 2, they had to go on without him. See, I think that would be a really interesting plotline. I think that would be awesome. Not having, like, kind of like the main Avengers character being without him and having to do everything in part 2 without Iron Man. We've already have Iron Man, like, so much in these movies. I don't want him. I'm getting so sick of Iron Man. God, like, he's been focused on way too much. He doesn't need to go into the next Avengers film after Infinity War. Just please kill him off already. Like, I think it'd be actually pretty interesting if they killed him off in part 1. So yeah, I just don't care about Iron Man. Just do it. And now the last one here, we got Black Widow. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I really don't. Black Widow, I don't care what they do with her. Maybe kill her off, but like I just don't care, honestly. It doesn't matter to me. So that's my video explaining which characters I think should die and not die in Avengers Infinity War and the sequel. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I just wanted to give a brief video on that, but I'm excited for Infinity War. It's my second most anticipated movie of 2018, and obviously behind Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. But yeah, I'm really excited for Infinity War. So that's all I gotta say, and see you next time.